Okay, weekly review 2. Alright, this first problem is a domain and range problem. Okay, the population of Center City is modeled by an exponential function, where x is the number of years after the year 2015. The graph of f is shown on the grid. Which inequality best represents the range of this situation? Remember, the range is your y values, okay? And y goes up and down. Range is your y values, okay? And range goes up and down, okay? So we always start from our lowest y, which is right here, and to our highest y, but you see it goes to infinity. So it keeps on going up forever and ever and ever. So y is going to be greater than somewhere between 200 and 250, all right? We don't say a million right here because it keeps on going up, okay? That is the range. Number 2, the table shows some ordered pair that belongs to a quadratic function, okay? Remember, it's some ordered pairs, it's not all of them. So, what is the range of h, okay? So, remember, the range, we look at our y value, okay? So this is the same thing as h of x, okay? So it starts at 41, then it goes down to 17, then it goes down to 1, then it goes down to -7, but if you then -8, then it starts going back up, -7, then back to 1, okay? So our smallest number is going to be -8, so it goes down, then back up, okay? So is going to be all real numbers equal to -8. Okay, next problem. Okay, this one, they ask for the domain, okay? Remember, domain is your x, okay? All the values of your x. So when we do this, we look, okay? We look left to right, okay? Left to right. We look this way. Okay, it starts here and it ends here. So it's right here, okay? So it starts at, looks like -9 and it ends at 2. Okay, so we know it's not these, okay? Now, we have to focus on this thing right here. This one does not include, so we know it's going to be this. This one is dark, so it includes, okay? So, that would be that answer. Okay, again, they give us an exponential function, which statement is true about the range is the set of all real numbers less than 0. So it says less than 0, right? So this one is not correct because it's greater than 0. The domain of set of greater than -4. Okay, it looks like it's correct, but remember, this one keeps on going. That means it keeps going up and it keeps on going to the left. Okay. So this one is actually, the domain is actually goes to infinity, okay? The domain should just be all real numbers, okay? So, the first two are off. The range is a set of all real numbers greater than 0. You see this? It's greater than 0, okay? And see how this flattens out? Okay, so it just goes straight. Okay, so that looks good. The domain is the set of all real numbers less than 4. Okay, actually, it looks like it's greater than 4. But, again, the domain right here should be all real. So C is correct. Which graph best represents a function with a range of all real numbers greater than -6? Okay, range, remember we look at the y, okay? So -6, -6, -6, -6. And we want greater. This is less than. Okay, this is actually 0. Okay, so this one is correct. Okay, so this one is 0 also, okay? So that one is wrong. What is the solution to 0.3? The way that you can do this is this right here. Okay, the one way that you can do it is just using this solving, okay? And I'm going to solve it real quick right here. You move the x, oops, you add 4.8 here, okay? You add 1.2x to both sides. And so this cancels out, this cancels out. So you get 4.8x is equal to 9.6. You divide by 4.8. So x is equal to 2. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to do all of that, you can always go to Menu, Algebra, Solve Systems. We don't want 2. We just want 1. Enter. 0.3 parentheses 12x minus 16 close parentheses equals 12 minus 3x. So if you don't know how to solve well, you can always let the calculator do it for you. See, our answer is 2. Okay, another problem. This time they ask for the range, okay? You see there's a dot there, so it stops. So our range is our y. It starts at 0 and it goes up to 9. So all real numbers greater than 0 and equal to 9, less than or equal to 9. What is the 0? The 0 is the x-intercept, which is right there, so our answer should be -6. The y-intercept is right here, so that remember y goes second. 0, -2. Okay, this one we have to solve. Remember when we solve? We divide first, we subtract first, then divide after that. Y is equal to 3/4 x minus 3/2. Okay. Now, one thing that you really need to understand, okay? The word equivalent means the same. So you can always check your answer by graphing. Oops. Let me show you how to do it. So I'm going to go to my graph. The first one is standard, right? So I have 3, -4, and 6. That's what my graph looks like. Then my answer is actually in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to go to graph entry and make it a function again. Okay, so it's 3 over 4x minus you see how both of them are the same? That's how you know that they are correct. Okay, which graph represents a function with a domain of all real numbers greater than or equal to -7 and 2? Domain, so we look at our x, okay? You see that? -7 and less than 2. So, I don't need it. Okay. -5x minus I could just use my calculator to answer this problem, okay? So I go to my calculator, menu, algebra, solve systems. Again, there's only one. Okay. -5x minus parentheses -7 minus 4x close parentheses equals -2 parentheses 3x minus 4 close parentheses. Ooh, that doesn't look right. -5x. I forgot something. I didn't type that in correctly.